Welcome back to the Heal and Restore podcast. Let me say it one more time. Podcast.
Right, there you go. Spit it out there, honey.
With your host, me, Randy, and of course, Kathy, the most hostess with the mostest.
Thank you.
Forgive me if I started a little today.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling real well, but this is my commitment to the people.
To our listeners, yeah, definitely.
So remember, we're dedicated to helping couples and individuals strengthen their relationships through healing, growth, and honest conversation. We dive into topics like communication, forgiveness, intimacy, family, and emotional connection, because healthy love starts with a
healed heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tune in each week and take the next step toward restoring what matters most.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about a pattern that looks loving on the outside, but is often rooted in pain on the inside.
Ouch.
You're pretty familiar with that.
I am. Yeah. This is going to be a good one.
I think a lot of us are.
Yeah.
People pleasing and the hidden costs.
Yeah.
The hidden cost.
It's true.
All right. If you've ever found yourself saying yes when you wanted to say no, avoiding conflict at all costs, or feeling responsible for others, people's emotions, then this episode is for you.
Why are you looking at me?
That sounds like a codependent tendency, right?
Yeah, sure does.
Right. So what is people pleasing?
That's great.
Really?
Yeah, no. And that's a great question, because this is something that we both personally relate to, but this is where my healing journey came from. And this is the work that I still do every single day. So, people pleasing sounds like it's a good thing, but it's often praised. You know, we're told things like be kind, be accommodating, don't be selfish or be selfless. Those can all be really great qualities to have.
Depending on your motive.
Right, depending on your motive. But what I've learned and what you will hear today is people pleasing is not the same thing as love.
No.
Oh. So what is people pleasing? People pleasing is when you abandon yourself to keep the peace. Done that. You actually silence your truth to avoid rejection. So you kind of shut down and you're quiet. You don't say anything because you don't want to be rejected.
Don't want to be rejected. Don't want to keep the quagmire garbage going.
And the other thing is sometimes you'll measure your worth by how satisfied others are with you. I used to say I'm gonna take Randy's temperature to see how I show up, because if he's in a good mood, then I can show up in a good mood. So then I know he's happy with me. You know, it was crazy. But truly at its core, people pleasing, it's really not about serving others. A lot of times it's just about trying to be safe, trying to stay safe in environments where you may have not felt safe. So, Randy, we're talking about people pleasing today, and there's so many caveats and corners to this. Where does people pleasing come from?
Good question.
Yeah.
For many people, this pattern begins way back in childhood, right? In homes where love was conditional. Love should always be unconditional, number one. Emotions are unpredictable, right? Conflict felt dangerous.
Oh, yeah. That was me.
Approval had to be earned. Right? A child learns something very early. If I keep everyone happy, I'll be safe. If I don't make waves, I won't be rejected.
Right.
Your feelings are just taken away from you, is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
If I take care of others, maybe someone will finally take care of me. We see that a lot in our couples, don't we?
Definitely.
Who's going to take care of me? We ask that question.
Right.
Whoever took care of you.
Yeah. No,
I took care of everybody. Person will say, well, whoever took care of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that survival strategy follows them into adulthood.
Hello.
Not as a choice, but as a reflex. And it's at a subconscious level.
Yeah, that's really good.
Kathy, how does people-pleasing show up in adult relationships?
Well, let me just tell you, because I have really good practice. I have really good practice at this. You know, in marriage and in our close relationships, people pleasing often looks like difficulty setting boundaries. I don't want to rock the boat, so you don't say anything. Or there might be that fear of disappointing your spouse or your partner. We sometimes will avoid hard conversations. I say sometimes, most times we will avoid.
You're the best at that.
Yeah, we will avoid hard conversations. So sometimes over-functioning while quietly resenting. We do that quite often. We'll overfunction, we'll do everything while we're building a volcano within us. And a lot of times, which this was a common thing for me to say.
How are you, Kathy?
I'm fine. So we say it's fine when it's not fine at all. A lot of times there's these hidden costs. You may keep the relationship calm on the surface, but you're slowly losing connection with yourself. And that is one thing that I truly felt like I did. I lost connection with myself, and I don't know what I want. You don't know what you feel. You don't know what you need. It's just like you're just kind of doing without any connection to self.
It's just existing.
Yeah, you have no connection to self. So, and the reason for a lot of that is because we've spent most of our life focused on everyone else. I was always an outlooking person, taking care of everybody else. And I think when I came to understand how people-pleasing was affecting me, I realized that it was easier to take care of everyone else instead of looking at myself. And that was the biggest struggle when I started to work on my codependency and my people-pleasing, was realizing that I don't have to take care of everyone else. I do need to take care of myself.
Yes.
But that was really hard to do. It was much easier to take care of everybody else than myself.
And when that shift takes place, it's not only hard on Kathy, but it's also hard on the spouse.
Everybody around you.
Because it's like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What's happening here? I don't understand. All of a sudden, you're not
new behavior.
Setting boundaries. You're not saying yes to everything. Now it's like a battle, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't fun.
Yeah.
Right? But that's just part of growth. Remember, if we're not going through struggles, and we're not growing. Right.
That's good. No, it's true. And that's so true. And that's one of the things I'll tell our clients. I'm the biggest cheerleader when they go through a struggle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I know there's growth on the other side of that struggle. Yeah. So, one of the things we talk about is when there's a price to pay. There's an emotional price to pay when we're people-pleasing. Share a little bit about what that might look like, what the cost of people-pleasing can be.
Absolutely. There most certainly is a cost. And let's talk about the cost. People-pleasing often leads to chronic anxiety. Severe anxiety. We have one client right now that's working really hard on that, right? She's getting better, but really hard. Emotional exhaustion. You just become emotionally drained. It's like
you have nothing for anybody.
You have nothing for anybody, right?
Yeah.
Resentment is a huge one.
Yes.
And we don't even think we have these resentments, but they're the underlying cause of
They're building.
They're building the underlying cause.
I like to look at resentments as a volcano. The bottom of the volcano is wide, so it fills very slowly, and then it gets to the point where you get closer to the top of the volcano where there's not much room, and you've had all this resentment building, and eventually the resentment spills out.
Exactly, and it's not pretty when it does.
No, not at all.
There's loss of identity, depression, right? They've got burnout. Burnout's bad, right?
That's so good.
Feeling invisible in your own life.
Yeah, you're just showing up, but you're not seen.
Yeah, you're not seen. You're just there, right?
Yeah.
You can be surrounded by people. I was good at this in my addiction, right? Surrounded by people and still feel deeply alone.
Yeah.
In a stadium of 50,000 baseball fans, or at a concert, but still feeling all alone. Right. That's a bad place to be, right?
Yeah.
Some people might like it, but eventually, even if you do, I think eventually you don't like it. So, because no one is really in relationship with the real you.
That's powerful when you think about that. That's a powerful
one. No one is really in a relationship with the real you. How can you be the real you when you're just taking care of everybody else and let yourself out the window?
Yeah.
It's brutal.
No, it's so true.
They're in a relationship with a version of you that you think they need.
Yeah.
Right? I married Kathy she was a perfect version for me. But me and my several years of addiction, all of a sudden made it real difficult for Kathy to be that person because I was always wanting to see something different. Right? So a lot of it was caused by me. I admit that, and I know that. And yes, she allowed it to happen. Absolutely.
Sure.
It's just sometimes it's a cycle of life, and
Yeah.
we learn through all this.
No, definitely. We learned and grew through a lot of this. And
Absolutely.
that's why it's so important to talk about it today.
You know,
We
it
can
really
share our
is.
experiences and pass it along, because
Yeah.
a lot of these things, you don't, when you're in it, you don't realize what's going on. It's when you're on the outside and you work through a lot of this that you realize, oh, that's what that looked like. Oh, that's how I was responding. Oh, that's why all those fingers were pointing outwards and nothing. That's how I got so used to not taking care of me, was because all the fingers were you. I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
Couldn't
And
help
here's
me.
the deal: is that people pleasing kept your wings tight,
Mm-hmm.
which I kept tight,
Yep.
right? And therefore, you couldn't grow into the woman that God created
No,
you to
that's
be.
true. That's true.
Right? But when I cut those wings finally,
It gave me.
it took a while because you were fearful.
Well, yeah, it gave me
right.
the ability
Right.
to start looking at myself. So that's good.
So, Kathy, let's talk about the lie beneath people pleasing.
The lie, yeah, absolutely. Almost every people pleaser, they're carrying this quiet belief. And that quiet belief might sound like my needs don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
My feelings are too much.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm honest, I'll be rejected. Love must be earned. But I'm here to tell you, healthy love does not require self-assurance. And then I'm going to tell you too, boundaries are not selfish. Boundaries
Not
are
at
for
all.
yourself.
Not at all.
And honesty is not a cruelty. I think that's one of the things I had to work through is, I was so used to saying what I thought other people wanted to hear that I forgot what honesty really was. And when I started looking at myself and becoming honest with myself, I realized that it's not a cruelty. It's okay to be honest. It's not a punishment to be honest. The other thing that we look at sometimes is conflict. Conflict is not abandonment. It's hard. I'm not going to say that having a conflict is easy, but it's not abandonment.
Well, we have to understand conflict's a part of life.
Right.
In a marriage or long-term relationship, they're two different people, right? And so that conflict is healthy if you know how to work through it properly.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, Kathy and I don't agree on everything, but we listen to each other, and sometimes we end up agreeing with the other person. Sometimes we look at things differently.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I think one of the things we have to remember in all of this is that we were never created to live our life as a supporting character in everybody else's story.
No.
We are not to live as a supporting character in everyone's story. We are our own person. We have our own story. We don't just show up in other stories. We show up in our own story.
Open our own story.
Yeah. So let's talk about this now. We've talked about what people-pleasing is, where it comes from, how it shows up in our adult relationships. We've talked about the emotional price of people-pleasing and then the lies that we believe. But Randy, what does healing people-pleasing really look like? How do we get to that place of healing?
It's a good question. I'll tell you one thing, it's not a quick fix.
It's a process like anything else.
It's a process, and it's going to be a process that you
work on daily.
That you inject into your life for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's not a one and done.
Nope.
It's not let's do this for a year and then it's going to be something you're going to constantly be growing for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So healing from people pleasing does not mean becoming harsh or uncaring. It might seem like that at first because of the shift of emotions that you're not used to.
Yeah.
Right?
And it'll feel uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, and so you're trying this new way of doing it, and it might come out sideways, but eventually it comes out lovingly.
Yeah. Right? So that it's so true.
It means learning to notice your own emotions, right? Practicing saying no without over explaining.
No is a complete sentence. Is what I tell my gals.
Exactly. The Bible tells that your no be no, your yes be yes. There don't have to be no explanation. Yeah. Allowing others to feel disappointed without rescuing them. Right? You're not responsible for how they feel.
Right.
You're not God. You don't have the power to make anybody feel, say, do, or act in any way they don't want to feel,
and it's
do, say, or act.
And it's okay if they're disappointed. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's on them, not on you.
No,
right?
well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not.
Acceptance is meaning that it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Telling the truth gently and clearly. you speak the truth with love,
Yeah.
right? Compassion and empathy, right? And those last two, a lot of people don't know how to be compassionate and empathetic, right? Telling the truth clearly, gently, clearly, choosing authenticity over approval. Look at,
be yourself.
Yeah, if you're not being authentic with yourself, you're being an authentic person. You're basically just living a lie.
Yeah. So
right?
be yourself.
Be yourself.
Be
no
true to yourself
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that you can be yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it means shifting from, will you still love me if I'm honest? Right? To, can I love myself enough to be honest? Can I love myself enough to be honest?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, when you get to that point, you start speaking with love, honestly with people, you're going to have some setbacks from people, and that's okay. But the Bible tells us that we must do that, right?
Yeah, we can't be whole if we're giving half of ourselves away.
No, and on that little thing, Bill, right? I went through a guy in Betty Ford. Same sobriety date. We went through it together. He fell off emotionally, decided to have an affair after marrying his wife, all this stuff. And he was like a brother to me. We talked every single day. And I just spoke the truth to him about what he was doing. You might want to think about it, blah, blah, blah. And then about, I think 2 years later, they found him alone after losing everything again, dead in his condo in Indian Wells. And it bothered me because, well, maybe that I overspeak. And a lot of times you're going to hear people in recovery say it's none of your business. Well, no, if you're a Christian, it's all your business. I'm going to paraphrase it. If I know somebody's sinning and I do not say something to them about that sin, then I'm just as guilty as the sin.
That's right.
So it's our job, it's our calling in life that we can't sit there and let people fall.
No.
That's idiotic.
No, and so you took, you loved yourself enough,
right,
to be able to be honest with him.
With him, absolutely.
And he wasn't happy. And that's what we talk about. It's okay.
And what happened with that, he cut me off.
Right, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That was his choice, not mine.
Right.
I did what I was required to do according to the scripture and my God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, we always love these hot topics, I'll call them, and we always like to leave you with something that's kind of provoking and gives you an opportunity for self-reflection. So I have a few questions of self-reflection as you sit throughout this week. So write these down or listen back on this podcast so that you can have an opportunity to kind of ponder and self-reflect on these questions. One question I have for you is, where in my life do I say yes when I really mean no? So where in my life do I say yes when I really mean no? Another question to thought-provoking is, what am I afraid would happen if I disappointed someone?
Yeah.
What is the fear behind disappointing somebody? That's another good thought to think about.
My therapist said this. Randy, you need to understand something. People are going to betray you. They're going to lie to you. They're going to break your trust. And they are going to disappoint you.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally.
Yeah, that's good. And then, when did I first learn that keeping others happy kept me safe? When did I first learn that keeping others happy kept me safe? You might have to go back a little bit on that one. Might take some time on that one as well.
A lot of self-reflection, deep self-reflection.
Yeah.
You can't go surface level.
No. And then another question you might ask yourself is, what feelings have I been avoiding by staying agreeable? Yeah, that's a deep one too. What feelings have I been avoiding by staying agreeable?
And fine is not a feeling.
No. And then, what would it look like to honor my needs without guilt? Oof, what would it look like to honor my needs without guilt? That's,
pretty freeing, wasn't it?
It was when I was able to do it, but when you first think about these questions, it's like, whoa, where did these come from? And how do I, it's a lot. So, but they're definitely worth asking. So tackle them this week. Take one a week. You don't have to do them all at once, but take some time to really do some self-reflecting if you're struggling in people-pleasing. Yes.
So marriage and close partnerships, relationships, people-pleasing often creates a dangerous imbalance, right? The other becomes the center, and over time, one partner becomes the caretaker, right?
Yeah.
and the other becomes the center. And over time, intimacy dies, not from conflict, but from disappearing.
Yeah.
That's well, I'm right here.
I don't see you.
I don't see you. Physically, you're here, but I don't see
Yeah.
anything else.
You're disappearing emotionally.
Exactly. Because excuse me. Because true intimacy requires two people.
Whole people.
Two whole people.
Yeah.
Yeah, two whole people.
Mm-hmm.
Not one person shrinking to keep the other comfortable.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable yet, Kathy? I'm down here.
No, I shrunk to make you comfortable because I had my hands full. Definitely was. I was.
Oh,
that
you had your hands full with me. Yes,
I was that shrinking person in that relationship for a season, a period of times. You know, as we close this very important episode out, we want to just remind you that if you are a people pleaser, or if you have people pleasing tendencies, because I think we all do if we're honest with ourselves, I want you to hear this clearly. Just a reminder. You absolutely are not broken. You are absolutely not weak. You're not selfish for wanting a voice, not just wanting a voice, but using a voice.
Mm-hmm.
You've learned to survive up to this point, but now we are going to invite you to learn how to truly live. And you're going to live with truth, learn how to live with boundaries, and with courage. And more importantly, with compassion for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, compassion
for
yourself.
That courage is the most important asset that you can own.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a tremendous amount of courage to do any of this work.
Yeah,
right?
It definitely does.
Yeah. So we have a call to action for you, our listeners. And if today's episode resonated with you,
Mm-hmm.
I encourage you to share it with someone who may be silently carrying this same burden.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you all know somebody.
Yeah.
Probably in your family.
Yeah.
Or your circle of friends,
your
for sure.
Next door neighbor that's sitting right next to you. Hello.
Yeah. And if you're ready to begin healing these patterns in your own life or marriage, you can find resources, coaching, and support at Heal and Restore Counseling. If you're struggling with people pleasing or carrying unresolved hurt from your past, please remember you're not alone.
Not at all.
Not alone.
We're here, right here with you.
At Heal and Restore Counseling, we offer a no-cost 1-hour discovery session where you can share what you're navigating and begin identifying your goals for healing and growth.
Yeah, something we are so actually really proud of being able to offer this to clients with no cost.
And we'll say humbly and by the grace of God, Him through people, we have a very high success rate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This session is available for both individuals and couples.
Yeah.
And is designed to be a safe, supportive space to take that first step forward. Yeah. We need that. We need that safe space, right?
Yeah.
Don't lose hope. Healing can begin today.
Mm-hmm.
Schedule your discovery session at www.healandrestorecounseling.com. As we often say in recovery, we have to give it away to keep it.
Yeah.
So give this episode away to somebody today.
I would just say, if this did resonate you, just share it. Just hit that little share key on your phone or your device, whatever you're watching or listening on. Just pass it on to 3 people. That's all. Just 3 people. Pass it along, because you never know what they're going through, and maybe some of this resonated with you, but maybe a lot more will resonate with somebody else. So don't be afraid to just share it with 3 people.
And I'm going to ask before I do my closing, 3 simple things from Mara. 3 simple things. Like, follow, and subscribe. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get, overwhelmed with a bunch of stuff.
And the subscription stuff, this allows us we post these things on YouTube. All of these videos are available on YouTube. Yes, you can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook as well. So just pass them along. Our followers are growing at a very slow pace, but the right followers are following. Right. That's the way I have to look at this. These subjects, the things that we talk about and the work that we do, it's not for the faint.
No, it's not.
So we know that it's a slow process, but we know it's a right process, and we've actually been called to do that. And so that's why we want to continue that.
So, another beautiful Monday. I hope everybody survived the brutal snowstorms and ice storms and
across the country.
Across the country. Our prayers that you're all safe.
Yep.
Your family's safe, and you've got everything you need to survive this
these next few days.
these next few days.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
remember this, everybody. If nobody tells you they love you today, Randy does.
Kathy does.
But more importantly, God does. Be blessed, everybody. Have a fabulous week.
Have a great week.